Wild swings we have seen on NG last week, achieving a high at 9.65 and the support at $8 levels. Now the support at $8 has again played a very important role. As expected in my and as predicted in my last week's analysis, I told very clearly that we may see good swings in NG and it can try to trade in range with a good drop and a rise there. So I hope you all profited. Now what is going to happen next week, we will try to see with the help of candlestick charts and indicators, and in the end I am going to give you the trading strategy and trading levels for next week. Do watch till the end, do listen to it carefully, and yes, do not forget to like, share, subscribe and comment. Do not forget to press the bell icon. Now let's start the analysis with the weekly charts. See, we on the weekly candle, it has ended in a perfect doji. It has achieved higher highs and it has achieved lower lows, and it has come back to the pivot levels at $8.8. Now 8.8 is the pivot. You can see from 8.8, $0.8 more on the upside, 9.6, and on the downside $8. So precisely the $8.8 levels is the pivot for it. And if you see it trading below, we can expect that it can resume the bearish move from here, and any move below 8.5 will definitely try to make it drop further, and it can try to achieve 7.8 and below levels. So last week we gained on the either sides. Now this week we have to be cautious. The direction it takes probably will be the direction for the throughout the week. It is not going to swing either way. That is what is possible. But yes, $9 levels, 9.02 levels we have to watch out for. So this is what we can see on the weekly charts. Now let's have a look at the daily charts here. On the daily charts we have seen here same 8.8 the pivot here. We have seen higher highs. It has again come back to the equilibrium levels, and now I'll be watchful of this. It can try to give you lower lows. If it breaks below 8.6, then we can expect 8.4, and then below that we can see it dropping below $8 levels, where on the downside the target is towards 7.8 and 7.4 levels. It has a probability for it to reach till towards 7.4, which may provide a very strong support on the downside. Also, one must not forget that it is still very much trading in this upward trending channel on the daily charts. There is a it tried to show you a breakout below $8 levels but failed to sustain, and if this time it breaks below $8 levels, we can see a sharper fall, bringing it towards 7.4 and $7. In fact, 6.5 can also be expected. So this is what we can see on the daily and weekly charts. Now let's have a look at the monthly candle here. Also on the monthly candle we have seen that it has achieved the highs, and now trying to see also the diminishing size of the body on the monthly candle. So probably it can try to swing a bit, but $8 levels should provide a support. Below that, as I said, it can try to come back till towards 7.4 and $7 levels. These levels are definitely going to provide a stronger support for NG, and there is a possibility that once it trades below 8.6, we can see it, or we can resuming the bearish run. We can expect it to drop, and this candle may try to again bring out on the downside till here. In fact, lower lows also it can try to achieve, and then coming back till towards these levels at $8 towards the end of the month. So this is one probability which we can expect, because the NG is now more wilder than what we have seen it till now. Also, as I told earlier in my previous analysis, many a times I have told since last multiple months that NG is going to break out from this zone which it has traded since multiple years. Now it has given a breakout, and I have been telling you everyone from here 3.6 levels that yes, it is going to give you a bullish run. Now 9.65 is achieved. Probably I'll be looking forward, if it breaks below beyond 9.6 again, it is definitely going to hit $10 levels on the weekly chart. That is what is also expected. So this is what we can see on the daily, weekly, monthly charts. Now let's have a look with the help of indicators here. See indicators on the daily chart, the 20, 50, 100 moving average coming together here at 8.6 levels. Definitely a very strong support zone at 8.6. Breaking below 8.6, we can expect it to give a sharper fall on the downside, where $8 levels and 7.8 cannot be denied. Even it can drop well below these levels. Also look at the daily charts. It is trying to trade in this zone, and hence 9.02 levels I will be watchful of. Any breakout beyond 9.02 is only something I'll recommend you to go long. So be watchful of 9.02 and 9.1 levels. In fact, it can try to reverse from these levels. That is also very much possible. Similarly, if you look at the directional movement is bearish, the stochastic is looking downwards, and there is still lot much room for it to drop. The MACD is trading bearish. It is trading in a sell zone. It is trading parallel, indicating that the bearishness is still there. And the RSI 2 is looking downwards on the daily charts. Also, let's have a look at the indicators and the 4-hour charts. On the 4-hour charts, we have seen See, it achieved a high here and trying to drop again. It has shown a good red candle. Also, there is a resistance here at 8.8, 8.9 zone, and there is support here at 8. Rather I will say 8.6 zone. So in between 8.9 and 8.6 I will be still cautious, and then till towards 9.1 I will be cautious. In fact, it can try to achieve these highs and then drop from there. That is also one possibility which can happen. However, largely next week you have to watch out for 8.6. Below 8.6 one can definitely remain short and one can expect it to drop sharply on the downside. Directional movement is bearish. The stochastic was overbought and it has seen the drop in a few candles itself. Also, look at this. I told you that MACD is extremely wide, extremely divergent. It may start to converge. That is what has happened, but it is again converged and crossed over for a sell move. Also, it is divergent, indicating bearishness. RSI is trading flat. Now let's have a look at the indicators on the weekly charts. On the weekly charts, it has achieved the extremes of the Bollinger Bands and the channels and got a very strong resistance, and that is what has pushed it back on the downside. And if you expect that it can try to drop more, probably on the downside, the support here at 6.5 and 7 is going to be very strong. Similarly, if you look at the directional movement is bullish, the stochastic is near to overbought levels, the MACD is starting to converge from here. That is a bearish indication on the weekly charts. Also, if you look at the RSI is extremely overbought and hence a little drop can be expected. Also, if you look at the monthly candle, it is trading outside the Bollinger Bands and hence it has to fall back within this zone in this monthly candle itself. Then yes, probably one can expect a drop this month. Directional movement is still bullish, and if you see the stochastic is overbought, hence a drop can be expected from here for next 2 to 3 months. MACD is wide divergent and bullish, extremely bullish, hence it must start to converge from here. And if you look at the RSI, this too is overbought here. So considering this, now let me give you the trading levels and strategy for next week. Now we have seen the daily, weekly and monthly charts, and if you ask me the trading strategy and trading levels, and before we start with this, let me tell you that if you want to gain the same expertise, if you want to understand the markets in the similar fashion, if you want to understand the methodology and strategy on how to trade profitably in these markets, you can join my mentorship batch. The next batch is starting on 13th of June. Only couple of seats left. Reach out to me for more details. And yes, the next batch is also going to get announced soon. Bookings are on, so reach out to me for more details on same. Also, you can be part of my signals group where just as per trading as per signals you can trade profitably. So reach out to me for more details. My Telegram ID and email IDs are mentioned in the channel and video description. Now let's start the day. And as I said, one can go long at 8 point. First, we are talking only about the levels to go long. So yes, you can go long at 8.84. The next resistance is at 9.02 and 9.12. These two levels you have to mark out for. If it reverses from these levels, you have to go short here and one can expect it to drop. So this is one strategy which you can adopt. If from these levels in between 9.0 to 9.12, if you see it reversing from any point in between these two levels, you can go short and you can expect it to drop. Beyond 9.12, I'll again expect it to hit 9.2, then it will hit 9.38 and 9.5, and then the highs are there till towards 9.7 levels. Beyond that, $10 levels should get achieved. If not this week, then in the coming weeks we may see it achieving. On the downside, if you see it trading below 8.66, you can go short there. Below that, I will be looking forward to 8.5 and 8.4. These two levels you have to watch out for. Below that, we can see $8 directly, and below $8 there is a possibility for it to hit 7.85, 7.6 and 7.4 levels. So largely, if you ask me, 9.1, 9.02 level, these levels you have to watch out for. And on the downside, 7.85, it can try to show you swing in between these levels. There is a possibility that it can try to give a breakout on the downside where 7.8 levels can be achieved, and yes, a bounce back from these levels can be expected, but be cautious till the time it is below 8.85. I will not recommend you to take any position. In fact, the largest strong is resistance is at 9.02 and 9.1 levels. So these two levels we have to be very careful. It can try to reverse the direction a number of times from these levels. So take your positions accordingly, and yes, always keep closing your trades in profit. Once, see, first of all, if you have taken an entry here and if you see it achieving this. See, this is very nearby, I understand, but still you can keep your stop loss at these levels at cost and continue the trade, and then put a trailing stop loss so that in the event of a reversal it can try to close the trade in profit. So trade accordingly, and at least keep shifting your stop loss to cost. See, if you have capital, you can trade a number of times, and yes, if you keep waiting, it can never return on your position. So please consider a stop loss with your friend and close the trades accordingly. This is all from my side. Reach out to me for more details on training and trading. You can be part of my signals and channel membership group also. Thank you very much. Have a great profitable trading week ahead. Thank you.